live draw. Thanks, season 3. It's me, Josh. It's Ben. Lane.
Ben. Yeah, thanks for that.
And Adam. I think.
All right. So it's been a while, I guess.
It's been 3 months, I think, since we last league ended end of May, wasn't it? So we've had a good. Most of us have had a nice break during the summer.
A break.
Yeah. Obviously, some of you are new. How many were in the last league?
As we've got 20 veterans and we've got 16 new players this league, so quite a mix.
Was it only 20 players last time? That seems.
There was 28 last time,
28,
but we've had a change around of about eight players who have withdrawn or moved on to other things, or just can't hack 40k anymore. And we've got 16 new blood has arrived.
Yeah, so 36 is a huge increase. So we've got a draw to do. Do you want to go over the format of this league?
Yeah, so a bit different this season. Obviously, for those who've been around since the first season, every season we've kind of amended and updated and tried to improve things. So this season we've got a slight tweak again, in that the first couple of games are going to be 1,000 points rather than I think last league we kind of had 1,000, 1,500, 2,000. I think we want to try and keep it a bit more balanced. So in theory, the game is balanced at 1,000 and 2,000 from a GW perspective. So that's the idea. The first 3 games will be played as a random draw, and then for the second half of the league, we will move to brackets of players based on performance. So we'll split the league based on how you've done in your first 3 games, and you'll play 3 opponents at, in theory, the same sort of ability and points level, which. So that should hopefully be.
In theory, so we're going to 2 divisions. So there will be a winner of each division at the end of the league. So technically 2.
Yeah.
winners.
So whether we split into 2 or 3, I think we're going to see. Again, it's part of a learning experience for us as well. We'll get to the 3 games, see what points are like, see if we've got 3 clear brackets or whether we need to go to 2 clear brackets. The idea is that you're just playing people that are going to give you more of a, I guess, a fair, interesting game. Nobody wants to get beaten 20-0 every week.
No.
And we also, towards the end of last season, we got to a point where as we went to round 5 and 6, people already knew they had no chance of winning the league or finishing the top 8 because they could only play people that potentially wouldn't give them the points they needed to move higher in the league. So
it's obviously, this is community driven. This is a club league. We want to make this fun for everyone. So we need your feedback, not just over the course of the league, but of course you can shout in the chat. We've got our intern over here who can shout out any interesting or funny questions during the whole chat. We don't know what we're going to do yet about next season, which is going to be we could potentially be doing promotions and demotions and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the exciting thing about it. We'll learn over the next 5-6 months as we run the league. Like for this league, we went out to all of you and asked what you felt about the number of games, how many weeks it should be. The league format, so we've taken that on board, and we did make a late change. Originally we were going to play 6 games at 2k, and then I think we heard from quite a few of you that actually you wanted to start new armies, or you wanted to try something a bit different, and also we had a lot of new players, so we didn't want to insist on a 2k painted army from round 1, for example, and potentially exclude certain people. So 1k for the first couple of rounds. Just because there's been a few questions, the battle ready 10 points doesn't apply to round 3 onwards. So for the first 2 rounds, it doesn't matter if you're not painted, based, all of that sort of stuff. The idea is you've got kind of the next 6-7 weeks to build, paint, design your army, ready for the 2k.
Okay. So yeah, a bit of a fun one, and this is here for on big demand, right? So we had a lot of new players. They needed the league now. Even for veteran players wanted a bit of a break.
Yeah,
so nice and slow into it.
I think obviously this normally we try to have a break during the summer, but this summer was a bit different. We had the NWGC. Josh was off to play at WTC. Yeah. We've got Cardiff in a couple of weeks, so we've been practicing for the Cardiff tournament. So there's been a lot going on.
It never ends.
And also we also ended the league just as Pride Nexus came about as well. Yeah. So we entered to a brand new mission pack during the league off season. So we tried to predict when GW were going to do these things, but it's a waste of time trying to guess. So
your postman's not around every day to tell you.
No, unfortunately, Matt's fallen shy recently with his postman antics.
So what I'll say is obviously here's the league bolter here. I will at some point arrange for us to be a plate, maybe a wooden board, and then we'll put engravings on. So League 1 winner, League 2, Season 2, Season 3, and so on. And we'll keep doing that. So that's something that can be a living thing. There'll also be a trophy for Division 1 and 2, and if there's a third one, obviously for Division 3. And first, second, and third places.
Yes, yeah, we want to try and make it to give people a reason to want to play, and obviously trophies are on offer. It's always nice to have a little, little plaque or trophy or something.
We've had great support. It's great to say. Actually, we've got to thank everyone on the committee and all the officers who help do everything. So that's like ordering in the terrain, getting the new mats. You know, if we don't have the feedback from you, what you need as a club, we can't do it. And I think the fact that we've been able to provide all this and grow and grow and grow is just fantastic. And I'm really happy with how things are going. So.
Yeah, we're about 30% player growth every league year on year so far, which is just incredible, to the point where we are reaching the limits of space and terrain and mats and all sorts. So we're being creative in that. And I would say during this league, we are looking at the opportunity of opening up Wednesday nights again, to be able to provide space for battle gaming. So again, we'll see how things evolve over the coming weeks, and how many of you turn up each week to play.
Yeah. Please, for the love of God, don't all 36 players play on Thursday coming up.
Yes.
So I've got one. Let's cover what we're going to do then today. So what's the plan today, Ben?
So for the first round, it's the easiest one we have in terms of it's just an open draw, 36 players, all numbered based on your list submission. So you will all find out shortly who was the last person to submit. Wasn't Matt? I'll drop that in.
Dear God.
And yeah, so numbers are based on list submission. So just in case people are wondering how they've been assigned their number, that's how it's happened.
Can we share this list?
Yeah, as soon as the draw's finished, the lists are available to share. What I will ask is 36 lists this time. You are responsible for checking your opponent's list.
Yes,
so just like a tournament or any other formal game, do look at your opponent's list. If you spot any mistakes, let them know, let us know. I'm sure it can be corrected.
So, shall we draw the map first?
Yes, I think that's become a tradition now.
It is, isn't it? You need a dice. Is there a dice in that box?
There is.
Oh,
plenty.
Adam's already got his dice.
I have one job.
Yeah, so probably for the new players, obviously we've got quite a large number of new players this league. It isn't just a random selection. Everyone plays the same mission. Everyone plays the same terrain, to try and make the league as fair as possible. So it's not skewed to one particular army or type. And the list submissions are before the starts of the rounds, before you know your opponent. So you can't tailor your list because you're playing a specific person. And that's one thing to bear in mind. You need to build an all-round list that can compete into everything.
Yes, you do. Well, you should, perhaps.
You should.
I have been going through the lists this morning and making notes for this, and there are some pretty skew lists.
Yes, yeah, there are some, and I think that some players have put them as fun lists. I think fun for them.
I've got a comment here. Ben Lane here in particular has made a horrible list.
Yeah, I admit it's very difficult with T-Sums not to make horrible lists because there's about 5 units. It's
so
similar
good.
to Votan. You've got about 5 units in the codex.
Yeah.
So
I didn't realise you could take 2 Magnuses. So.
You can do.
I wouldn't say it's the worst.
Yeah,
it's probably the
Magnus.
second most horrible list. I'd say there's another one in there, but we'll get to that as we do the draw. So, yeah, what we have here is hopefully on the screen now. We're going to bring up one of the 6 random maps. The map pack is on the website along with all the details on the league, so you can just always reference the D-Side Defenders news. It'll be on there, and I'll write a post to update everyone around one as well.
Yeah.
So please, Adam. So we're going to roll the dice. 1 of 6 for the 6 rounds. First mission and map that we are going to play is map number 4. So that should be coming up on your screen in a moment. I'll just find it for our benefit. It's very small on my screen. It's going to be Scorched Earth.
Oh,
Okay,
interesting.
so this is one we haven't played in the league so far. I have tried to pick 6 that we don't always play.
Yeah.
Because in the WTC we had quite a lot of that. It'll be on your screen. If it's a bit too small, there is the link on the website. So it is Crucible of Battle. So that's sweeping from the far corner to the the long edge mid board. It's quite a dense map. There's lots of staging points on there. Scorched Earth is the one where 1 unit from your army within range of an objective marker that is not within your deployment zone, so no man's land objectives,
Or your opponent.
or your opponents, of course, you can start to do an action on it. And that when you burn that, it's going to be what is it? 5 extra points here.
Yeah, 5 for no mans and 10 for the your opponent.
For your opponents.
Yeah, so it's quite a tricky one, but you do get 5 extra points for everyone, is it? So let's have a look. 1 unit, second battleground, anytime. Each time a player burns objective, you get 5 and 10.
Yeah, it's a change from the previous mission deck, whereas it used to be if you burn 1, you scored 5, but now you can actually score 15 by burning the no-mans. But quite a good option, I think, for 1k. You've got less units. Burning becomes normally at 2k. You watch quite a lot of these missions where nobody burns anything until perhaps turn 5 to get the extra points.
Yeah.
I think in this one,
it's quite a drawy one because you're going to
Quite
get 5 for your home objective. You're going to get 5 for 1 more, and you can only score 10 per turn if you're not burning. So it's quite a drawy mission. Focus on one side of the table, maybe.
And for our newer players, an interesting point is that one of the changes we made for season 2 and into season 3 is that we are using WTC scoring, because it does open up games like this where a draw becomes a real possibility. You've still got something to play for all the way to turn 5. You've got to win by 6 points. 5 points would still be a draw, so you need 6 clear points to win the game. Rather than perhaps losing by 1 point on the last dice roll, which can be frustrating. So, good mission I think for the new guys.
Definitely, and with the prior Nexus as well, secret missions, secret objectives are actually a game changer in WTC.
Yes.
You can be 20-0 in someone, and they pull out a secret objective, and it completely changes the entire game, which happened to me specifically when we played the NWTC.
Yeah.
Nice.
I shall miss Magnus moving 36 inches to get onto the opponent's objective as a secret mission, but there we go.
Right, so without further ado, we have our mission, we have our map. Shall we? Oh, we have a question from the
Once burnt, objective is removed permanently.
Correct.
Yes. You don't score the primary at the start of that turn either. So if you burn an objective end of your turn, and then you're still on it start of the next, the objective's gone, but you don't score it. So you are sacrificing your primary score to score the 5, but obviously your opponent then can't take it and score from anymore. So
if you burn all the objectives turn 1, your opponent can't score any points.
This is true. It's a good denial strategy.
you can only do 1 per turn though. So let's be clear. Before any of you try that, you are limited to 1 unit
I
per
don't
time.
think you can burn your own.
No.
So actually you can. So in a weird twist, you can actually burn an objective and score your opponent 10 points. I can't think of any time when it would make sense to do that.
I don't know if you get that at any time. Each time a player burns an objective marker, that player scores 5 VP if the objective marker is in no man's land, or 10 VP if it was in their opponent's. So you get 0 if you burn it in your own.
Yeah, you give your opponent 10 points.
No. You have to do it.
Yeah, it's the player who burns it.
The player who burns it gets the points, and it has to be your opponent's. So you could burn your own.
So that's another change from Prime Nexus. Because for some reason you used to be able to burn your own. But you know what? I'm actually saying that I think there was some shenanigans in ITC where people didn't want to win by so many points and get a bad draw next round, so they'd burn their own objective, give their opponent 10 points, win by 5 or 6.
Oh.
There were some antics that went on in games like that.
So,
anyway, good map.
We haven't got enough bingo balls this week. We might have more next time in round 3.
We've upgraded this season. That's not so essential. We've gone for a digital solution that doesn't deafen people.
Yeah. We'll see if it works. So, without further ado, Ben, would you lead us into the first?
Yes. So we're also trying to make this very, very clear, so there's no potential
Can you be seen?
fraudulent activity.
It might have to be here.
Hopefully you can see this. So that is just it's not the first draw number. We're going to randomise each turn. You'll see the number on the screen, and then we've got complete clarity in terms of who is playing who.
We haven't purchased this app, so if at any time during this
our
draw,
sponsors may do an advert break.
Timu who's sponsoring this may interrupt the bingo draw.
Shall we go? Number 1.
22. It is.
That is Mr. Josh Burns.
Space Wolves. I wonder if there's any Thunderwolf Cav in that list.
We'll be playing
35.
35. That is Greg Roberts with World Eaters.
Give our intern moment to play there. So World Eaters into Space Wolves. It's just going to be running each other.
Yeah.
What a good opening game though.
That is
great.
Into, opening salvo.
Into Space Wolves. That would be an interesting one to watch. Just
I'm glad I didn't get either of them.
Two armies chasing each other into the middle of the
Yeah.
board. Who's going to get there and burn first? If
Yeah.
there's anything alive by turn 2.
Yeah, 2
Okay.
groups of 8 bound, some Khorne Berserkers, some Jackals, Khan, the really nice guy, and a Master of Executions.
Is there any other way to build?
No,
Lovely.
What's next, please, Ben?
Right,
18,
18.
which
It's-
is Mike Dolby, World Eaters.
Another
Eaters.
World Eaters.
Let's get them all out of the way now. Get them all out.
Versus
Get out your system.
number 4.
four,
Nathan
Early
Evans.
submission,
Oh.
Nathan Evans.
With the
So
Chaos
that is
Space
a
Marines.
Night Lord leadership spam into World Eaters,
Yeah,
which I
okay.
don't know is the best matchup for Nathan, if I'm honest, because he's probably relying on his combat ability and to now fight first World Eaters with
Well,
Khan. and-
what I love about Nathan's list is he's got Noise Marines in there, and I love Noise Marines. And they're quite crap, but they do force battle shock,
Yes.
and that's very much the gimmick of this list.
I think the noises from Nathan will be ones of shock and awe as his army disappears by turn 3.
Well, we'll see. I think that should be interesting.
Good game.
He can choose his fights, so good luck to both of you.
Good game.
Next draw.
Next up is 16.
16, that is Chris Hughes with more Chaos Space Marines.
It is, but this one's very different. It's the vehicle to tank.
This the Forge Fiends and quite a tough. If you've not got enough anti-tank, this could be a tough matchup, whoever it is. So let's
Unless
see.
Let's see who we get.
It is number 3.
Number three, Paul Murphy
Paul
with
Murphy,
Tau.
Oh, is that Tower list?
No, well, it's not very skewed towards anti-vehicle actually.
Okay.
So it could be. It's going to be a lot of dancing around. I think it's a lot. It's got 2 fire teams, which are the normal guys. It's got 2 suits with plasma. So it's going to be very much shoot and
Got the
see.
movement though, and
Yeah, it's a balanced tower list. So good luck to both gentlemen. That's a good one.
good game. Next up, number 10.
Number 10, that is James Goblin.
James Goblin on Chaos Space Marines again. Oh, there's too many of these Space Marines. I'll tell you. It's a great list. I've got it down here as Vindicator, Havocs, lots of Chosen and Legion cultists. So it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, so one slight change for this league is that I allowed people to pick which name they'd like to be presented on the league table with.
So
Now, I
that's
presume
Goblin.
James Goblin is our very own
Dice Goblin.
Dice Goblin, James Larkin.
Yeah.
That's
But
news to me.
He is now James Goblin because that's what he's requested to be known as on the league.
Okay.
We do, in the interest of diversity and equality, accept people's requirements. So,
James Goblin.
welcome, James Goblin.
Have we not done the next one?
He will be playing
Number
31.
31, which is James Wright.
Orcs. I haven't done a note for this one. He's been playing a lot of Killer Cans lately. I presume it's Killer Can spam. Death Dread, Gorkanor. A Gorkanor! Jesus Christ.
And lots of killer cans.
Oh dear. Well, James,
Storm Boys.
your Vindicator's going to be busy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Remember, it's a completely balanced game at 1,000 points.
Yeah.
GW have told us this. Next up is number 2.
Number 2, that is our very own me.
Leagues of Votan. Now, if this is number 1, it's a rematch of last season's game. It would be very
I don't think
interesting.
Ben wants to go into Votan. Oh, it's
Number 14, number 14, that's Barry Betts with Eldar.
Eldari. I've made a note on this one. I quite like this one. It's quite a diverse one. It's Azaman. It's got a few Dire Ranger Fire Squad in there. Lots of diverse scoring, sweeping hawks, and a fire prism for good luck.
How do they feel about getting Lapse Cannoned in the face every turn?
Yeah, fire prism probably doesn't like it.
This is
No.
the 4+ Overwatch.
Unit.
Squad, is it?
Yeah,
Yes.
but I mean it's not.
Yeah.
Just,
I think Barry's put a lot of stock into that unit. I've seen a few comments from him. He's he enjoys the pain on his opponent's face when they walk into a 4+ Overwatch. So you have to find some way to deal with
any
that.
man
Shoot
rocking
them from
Azaman
further
is a
away.
friend of mine. So good luck to Barry. Next
Right,
one.
next up, number 21.
Reese NW with his death
So,
guard.
Reese, a fairly new member, is off to Cardiff with us in a week or so. I've not looked at his. I can't remember his death card list off the top of my head, but he normally plays pretty solid, grindy lists. And he will be playing number 12.
Number 12, that is Tristan on his
Tristan.
Eldar.
So interestingly, I'm pretty sure Triss and Reese had a game about 2 weeks ago. So that would be a rematch for Triss versus Reese. Triss does know Death Guard well.
He does. It's got the triple Wraith Lords on this list, so it's all 3 toughness 11 models.
Wow.
So if Reese hasn't got the lethal hits,
Yeah.
spam in here could be a challenge.
Well, but toughness 10 with the old Death Guard, that'll be a big break point if we can get within contagion range.
True,
Um,
perhaps.
Maybe give them a good chance.
Okay,
Good game. Next up, number 11.
Number 11, Eros.
More Eldar.
More Eldar. We have significant number of Eldar players this league, which in the
Wonder
previous
why.
leagues we had hardly any.
So this is a good list. I like it. It's a Skyweavers and a Wraith Lord fancy vehicle, so it's
Yeah.
got a solution for that.
Well,
and then it's also got Wraith Blades and lots of fancy infantry as well. So it's a good balanced list, and it's going into
Number 8.
Jordan.
Jordan.
Space Marines.
Jordan's Night Lords Space Marines. So we have 2 Night Lord armies this league as well.
no.
Oh, sorry, no.
This is Jordan Space Marine Jordan. And
Yes,
this
so
is-
this is a new one of our other new players.
and this has got the Biologist Eradicators, which is a great combo. Lethal hits
The heavy
on the melter
intercessors,
rifles.
yeah.
It's I think it's going to be a good game because it's an interesting mix. There's not a lot for the anti-vehicle stuff to do in this one, so I think that'll be good.
No, good solid build list.
Next,
Number 26.
Number 26, that's Andy Adamson.
Son of Adam.
Ah, yes, yeah. Adam's son by
By Depot.
Depot.
Running Space Marine list.
Can you remember what's in that list?
There was some Eradicators, Intercessors, more Intercessors, a Brutalis, Dreadnought. Oh, Deathwing Knights, yeah. It's his. Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah.
Knights. They'll take some chewing through.
Yeah.
And he's made a couple of appearances recently in our Gauntlet events.
He has indeed,
He's been
yeah.
improving game on game, so it'll be a tough opponent.
Yeah.
Good.
For
13. That is Jack and James Chuntley.
That's a
so
Space Marine
Another
off.
Space Marines
Yeah.
list.
This one is I've just put new to the field, so that's the father-son team.
Yeah, Jack and James have been coming regularly for the last 3-4 weeks, I believe. Been putting up some good performances. Great father and son team, lots of energy. I believe actually most of the knowledge lies within the younger of them. As his dad reliably tells me, is that he certainly knows all the data sheets back to front and front and back. So yeah, should be a good game. Number 5.
Number 5.
The
That
low
is
numbers.
Young Alex.
Rich Derrick with his Necrons.
Now-
I made a note of this one.
Yeah, Alex is making his second appearance in the league as Necrons.
Okay. I think they've got some great play. I think they're absolutely fantastic Necrons. They are, depending on they can be brutal, they can be, it's Hypercrypt, I was going to say. That's my favourite one.
Cthans as well, I believe.
Cthulhu's hard to kill, Hexmark Destroyer, Necron Warriors, Death Marks, Lich Guard,
Wow.
Subject Destroyers, Galactic Swarm, Heavy Destroyers. So it's lots of up and down here, hard to stop scoring, especially at 1,000 points. It's going to be very hard to screen it out.
Yeah, Alex means business this season, I think, based on that list. A Catan making an appearance at 1,000 points is going to be difficult for most people to deal with.
Yeah.
Very much.
Well,
Very solid, I like it.
Glad I'm not going
Phallus
to
on
it.
the table.
Number 34.
Number 34, that is Ty with his Space Wolves.
Space Wolves, Ty, lovely guy. First, that's how I remember him. That's he was new last league, new to the club. I think he wasn't playing last league. He's one of the new
Ty
members.
didn't play last. No, he did play last league.
Yeah,
Yes, he did play last league.
Oh, he's rocking the Thunderwolf cav.
Yeah.
Big cav. Couple of Gladiator Lancer as well.
Kyle this assassin who just got better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No real reason. We won't make it more expensive. We'll just give it even more great stuff.
Yeah. Buy the model, you fools.
Yeah.
Okay.
The special edition model's probably coming out in a couple of weeks, I imagine.
Yeah. Just in time for everyone to buy it, and it's getting nerfed, hopefully.
So, we have
28.
Simon Payne on Dark Angels.
Dark Angels are very strong at the moment. Simon Payne is going to be looking forward to doing some pain, I'm sure. Belial, Intercessor Squad for the sticky objectives, Assault for scoring, Deathwing Knights, tough, -1 damage, 4 wound models, just horrible to chew
Horrible
through.
to deal with, yeah.
Eradicators, brilliant. Hellblasters, nice. Repulsor. Lots of people can't deal with a toughness 12 tank at 1,000 points. It's a good turn. And Scouts for scoring, great all round list.
It's a tough one.
Tough list, and let's hope I don't draw it.
How many are we? So Simon,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Simon is playing 32.
32. That's Matthew Jones and Imperial Agents.
Matt
So
Jones.
the Agents making their first appearance at club.
Yeah.
Their first appearance for Matt.
Yeah.
I think he does have a few shenanigans. He does have all the assassins there. He does have, it looks like,
Double
a
Grey
couple of
Knights.
double Grey Knight squads. I guess Simon can't shoot what he can't see. So
True. I don't know where the range threat is here. So there's lots of assassins. Is that 2 assassins? 3 assassins.
3 assassins.
Fucking 3 assassins
Yeah.
and an Inquisitor. Right. Good luck, Matt.
Yeah.
I mean, the Vindicare assassin can pretty much, once if you roll well, can just kill whatever it wants each turn. So there's some potential play there on taking the characters out. But
The
yeah,
Straight
I
assassin
think
can take out the unit.
agents are a bit of a mixed bag at the moment. So people don't believe they're going to be great, but I think until we see some play on the table, we won't know whether the points are too cheap or not. So
All right, fantastic. What? Because Matt finished very high last league.
third or fourth, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, probably the inferior list there, but he's probably going to try and push and get a win. Good
Number
luck.
9.
Number 9. That is Mr. Richard Naismith.
Death Guard. Finally, some Death Guard on the table with Mr. Naismith.
Yeah, and in Richard's true tradition, he calls them Death Guard, but I think it's basically a Knights list in terms of what's it, Predators, Knights, lots of Plague Blast Crawlers,
Double drones, one
double
Typhus,
drones.
no battle line.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
can you handle this?
yeah.
Probably not.
And Richard's traditional, I'm just going to charge everything at you for the first 3 rounds, and if you've got anything left, you're lucky. So that would be, this actually would be a matchup I wouldn't want, if I'm honest.
And it's
number
Number 17. That is Furs.
It is Furs.
Extra Militarum.
Now,
Furs list is phenomenal.
yes, if there was a list that could deal with a lot of heavy tanks,
Well, it's not geared up that way. My point is, it's a great all-rounder. So it's got the Rogel Dawn, which is just great. I was going to have it in my list as well because it's 212. So if you can deal with it, or you can't at 1,000 points. So it's great to have in there. Double transports. Transports are great, scoring, moving things around. The Caskins, the Melter Mine, they're just going to absolutely mess up those knights if they come near them. But there isn't actually a lot of anti-tank vehicle in here.
no. And Rich does have a lot that can deal with that Rogel Dawn, a lot of T12, the Melters on the, it's the Carnivores actually he's taken, but then get into combat with the Dawn.
Yeah, well, the Oppressor Cannon is actually the better of the weapons for vehicles. It's the strength 12, but it's only flat 3. So we'll see.
Good matchup.
Yeah, it has actually got a tank commander actually with the Demolisher Cannon. That'll help.
Well, roll those 6s, take the spirit, channel the spirit of Andy, who isn't playing this league. So we need somebody to be rolling 6s on guard just to keep the spirit of Andy alive.
Good luck, gentlemen. Next, please.
Number 25.
Number 25, Jordan Davis.
Jordan, I haven't seen his list.
Now this is the second Night Lords list.
Yeah.
He came 3rd without ever claiming a painting score last league. So he is a very good player, if he doesn't mind me saying. But he's decided to throw caution to the wind. And has he gone for the Dread Talons? He has.
Yes, yeah. I believe Jordan and Nathan are having their own personal competition this season as well as who is the superior Night Lords player. So we will see. I'm sure Jordan told me whichever one of them loses is buying everyone in the league a pint, something like that.
Oh,
I think
that's
that
good.
was the bet they made between the two of
I
them. So
think
well
I,
done, Jordan and Nathan.
Yeah, I think I overheard that conversation. Yeah, that's true. So he has actually gone double Raptor, 1 10-man Raptor squad. That's commitment. A Predator Destructor, having launched a last cannon Predator autocannon, 2 Rhinos, 2 Legionaries. So it's not completely nonsense. He has got the Rhino Legionary combo, and a couple of jump pack lords. One who's a legend epic, and one who's a standard. Yeah.
In the right hands, it's going to score. I think that's if it can pick its engagements, it will kill what it gets the Raptors into.
Just
so
gonna hope he doesn't get a vehicle list.
Yes, yeah. And then quite a lot of those have gone already. So
yeah. So you lucky. Let's see. It's going to show me now.
Number 33.
Number 33. That is Martin.
Martin's Necron. So just a reminder, Martin is only available week 1 this week, Jordan. He's been sent off to India, I believe. Now, Jordan, when he sees Martin's list, may be thankful it's week 1 and he gets it out of the way, because this is the double Catan list.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, double Catan, Hexmark Destroyer, Technomancer, Lichguard,
Wraiths.
Heavy Destroyer, and Canoptic Wraiths. The Wraiths won't be too much of an issue.
No.
The high toughness is they're just a stick in the mud. What's going to be the problem is the double Catan,
Yeah.
especially the Nightbringer.
But knowing Jordan, I think you'll see this as a challenge. Can Raptors bring down Catans? It's quite a good. We'll see how that one goes.
Probably more, can Raptors outrun Catans? I think. I think the answer is hopefully yes.
Nightbringer and Void Dragon, isn't it? Yeah, it's not even the non-named one. It's the two.
Yeah,
Two big
they're
boys.
messing around.
Right.
Okay.
Next up is number 15.
Number 15, Simon Jones with Adeptus Custodes.
Adeptus Custodes. I don't know anything about them, so I haven't made a note here.
So not as strong as they used to be if you're used to playing in 9th edition. I think still very solid in the right hands. Very, very limited at 1k at what they can bring. So I think, like many elite armies, they will struggle to score at 1k, but they're also very difficult to shift. So it's kind of a probably kill before you lose on points.
Cool.
Custodes approach.
It's getting more and more likely that's going to be who's going to. Oh no, this is
Number 30,
Number 30.
Steve Davis.
Steve
Davis.
Space Marines.
I think it's Ultramarines with
Is this
what's
our
his name? Yeah, so this is the forever known as Pretty Steve
because of his pretty knights?
because of his Pretty Knights, which he played for one league and now plays something different each league.
That's just
and
how
still
nicknames
retained
work,
the name
mate.
Pretty Steve. So-
Lieutenant, Tech Marine, Assault Intercessors, great rerolling on the combat on the objectives, Gladiator Lancer, Hellblasters, Inceptor squads for scoring, Redemptor Dread, Scout. So it's a well balanced.
It's well balanced, yeah. It's built to score, survive, very well rounded, I think.
Okay.
Probably quite a good play into Custodes, I think, because it's got the mass attacks, just push those 4 up in once, which is what you need really, and can potentially, especially the Scout, could run away from them. So good game. It is number 29.
Number 29,
Bearded Steve.
that is Bearded Steve.
Hence why we have Pretty Steve and Bearded Steve to avoid the confusion.
That's why I could never remember. I can't remember what Bearded Steve's last name is.
I mean, Steve's just accepted it now because he even put himself down as Bearded Steve.
Yes.
So he's just accepted it.
You
There's
can
no
never
argument.
shave. Orkan the Diviner, he's the 4+ invuln guy, I think, on the Necron Warriors, Canoptic Spider, Deathmark, Doomsday Arc, so anti-tank, horrible, Locust Destroyer, Monolith, toughness 13, 18
Yeah.
wounds,
Steve.
Doom Blades.
Only 1 compared to his normal 3.
I think we should just call him Monolith Steve.
I think Monolith Steve has to be the new nickname, if I'm honest, because it's pretty much
God, please.
Monolith.
It's
So
gonna be me.
it's going to be number 36.
Number 36, Phil Roberts with Adeptus
Roberts.
So
Sororitas.
this is Sisters, which
Ah.
actually I think Phil and Steve may have played a couple of times. Both come into Cardiff.
Oh, good practice.
So actually, ideal. I know it's 1k, but a good practice match for Thursday. I think potentially Sisters do have obviously the guaranteed damage to take the monolith down. It's just going to be whether Steve can roll the 4 up in one of the strat. I guess.
It's geared in that way. He's gone triumph at 1,000 points, so he's already lost 20% of his points for that. So that's a big commitment. So he's got the guaranteed 6.
Yeah.
He's got the 2 Immolators, Twin Link Multi-Melters, so they should have the firepower to get in. Castigated Dominion Squad, are those the ones with the melter guns?
Yeah, the
4
melter
melters.
guns. Yeah, plasma pistols.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's got the Seraphim to go chasing stuff, and the Noviets. Okay. Ooh, good counter.
Good game, I think. Steve is paying a lot for that monolith. It's a lot of his army, so if Phil can take it out early,
Yeah.
be a good game.
Good luck. Let's get more like
Number 23.
Number 23, Harry C.
Harry C.
So Harry making a return for his 3rd league. So
Harry has come
yes,
back.
Harry is coming back again.
Oh, that's good.
Necrons again this time, is it?
Yeah, Necrons.
I was surprised. So he's gone for the Chronomancer and the Overlord with 20 Necron Warriors. Canuck the Doomstalker, That's the one with the overwatching on 5s, I think, with that horrible gun. Scarabs, Death Marks, Locust Heavy Destroyers, Scotland Destroyer, and Praetorians. So it's very much a dash and dive. It's the Hypercrypt, so lots of up and down it. Again, a great detachment for 1,000 points, because who can counter it?
Brilliant for scoring at 1k. As you said, you can't screen it. There's nowhere you can go pretty much where you want.
Maybe even that monolith actually screening that one.
Yeah, I think there's obviously a lot of play fixed for 1k as well, in theory, because if you've got the units and you can commit to doing one or two things, rather than getting a lot of movement required secondaries and jumping around.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing it fixed this time, just to see how it goes.
Next up,
next one.
number 27.
That's Lee Hughes.
Space Marines.
Black Templars, I believe.
I wonder how. Oh God, here we go.
Yes, Lee was specifically talking about his Templar smash list on Thursday.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to see how many bodies he could fit into 1,000. I'm not sure it's the 60, but
he's got Intercessor squad for sticky. He's got 20 Crusader squads. The damage output is insane on those. Grimaldus going with them, I assume. Again, 5 Intercessors, but with jump packs for jump scoring. It's hard to read this here. Intercept squad for scoring. Scout. Is that it?
Lots of scouts. So we got
Templar Gladiator Lancer.
So you got
4 units.
No,
2 units of scouts.
You've got 10 scouts, a Lancer, then 5 assaults. That's 15 models. Grimaldis plus his.
With the Crusaders. So he's only got the 1 Crusader squad.
So it's about 50 bodies he's still managed to put on the table at 1,000 points, which is difficult for anybody to deal with. And then the Gladiator Lancer as well, just to keep you honest.
Give you a reason to come to him, I guess. Okay, great. Oh, we got a question from the field.
Just to confirm, will the list be put up with the pack?
Yes.
Yeah, as soon as we finish the draw, the link to the list will be shared with the rest of the details.
Next. Where's my name?
Number 7.
Number 7, Nick Mack.
Okay, he's one of the NWCC players. Very much not in the last league.
No, so
much
missed the last league, but has been playing regularly with us. Another Custodes list. I think this is the Walden blocks. Very difficult to shift. Having played them on Thursday myself, those Waldens popping those Filno planes once per game at 1k. That's very strong. You basically just take your opponent's go turn on the chin.
I'm not looking for. I do not want this. Not with the Venatari.
Calidus Assassin in there as well.
Yeah, I played this on Thursday myself with my T-Sons. I think T-Sons are very good in Custodes at the moment because they can just push through those Filno panes. So wouldn't be a bad one for me.
Oh, that's Matt Hughes with his Orcs, number 24.
Ooh.
That is going to be an interesting.
Yeah, is it? That is.
No. Matt's new to the league.
Yeah, this is his first league.
Hoping to have a fun time.
I'm really glad to see Matt commit to the league. I think it's great to see him getting back on the table a bit more, taking part. Same as Andy as well, who was drunk before. It's good to see players who have been coming every so often making the commitment this time.
Matt's got that gamer brain. I play with him online every now and then. I can see he just needs to apply himself in the 40k. It's going to come.
I remember playing Matt back in 9th edition, and it was like 80 orcs swarming up the board at me, transports, all sorts. It was an experience.
I may have previewed this list. It's got double battle wagon in it, so one of which has got
the
arcades.
It has got the arcades.
So that is a challenge for many, especially Custodes, I think.
Well, you can't. It's basically in your back lines turn 1 if it goes first. You can't do anything.
But orcs do not like going into Custodes. That's just a rule. It's just a rule of life. They haven't got good AP.
No.
They just
only need 2 to push them to the inbound zone. I think the volume of attacks from the orcs, in theory, if you're at 1k, I can't remember the list off the top of my head, but if he's got volume of attacks, if he can take the Custodes before,
he's got some volume of attacks. The knobs.
Is it Green Tide or is he?
No, it's gone for Warhorde, so it's the sustained hits. Okay. So it is about getting as many hits out as possible.
Beast Boss and Squigs.
Beast Boss Squigs is a great little damage soaker. in most armies, but it's going to probably struggle into custodies a little bit.
Flash kits are very good in custodies, very good.
Oh,
Just
yes.
volume of shots.
Flash gets sitting in the back of a battle wagon saying, "Come get me, mother."
Yeah. No,
So-
good. I think good matchup. I think Nick would enjoy that challenge of going into Orcs.
Yeah, I agree. That's going to
good
be
game.
great.
Good
Tough
game.
first game for Matt for
Yeah.
the league, though. Sure.
Yes, he's going to an experienced player, so but maybe at 1,000 points, I think Orcs might have the edge.
I like
So we
it.
shall
I
see.
like it.
Just charge and do some crumping.
Ben and I haven't been drawn.
I was going to say, neither of us have been drawn yet. So you haven't avoided each other in 2 leagues.
Yeah, I know. Josh
Having
Ellis.
opened the league last season against Adam,
Yeah.
I very much don't want to open this league against Josh.
I am very happy
I think
that I haven't
Ben
got
smashes
either of
me.
you this
Um,
league because I drew Josh first in the first league, you first in the last league.
Yeah, Fur's gone on the draw, Jordan's gone on the draw, Matt's
It's
gone on
got
the
to
draw.
be me and you, mate. And I
so-
hate Tucson so much.
Right, so
I've got a question.
Yeah,
From the
Barry
field.
has called that you two will be playing each other.
Yeah, it's happening.
it could
It's
we've
definitely
avoided each other
happening.
for 2 seasons, so it's due to happen.
It's definitely-
I would much rather it at 1k points than 2k into guard, because guard are like the kryptonite to my T-Sons. I just can't beat guard.
But I haven't got a lot of indirect. Anyway,
No.
it's not even drawn.
Right.
No.
So Josh,
Josh-
S.
Now
with
Josh is
Chaos
representing
Demons.
Chaos Demons this after Matt stepped aside in behalf of his agents. Josh is bringing the pain.
Great unclean one.
Mhm.
Double Demon Prince, so lots of high toughness annoyance there. Plague Bearers and Blood Crushers. So
Is it Endless Gift Unclean one? It is the how you remove that Great Unclean one with a 4-up Invon, 4-up Feel No Pain in 1,000 points. I do not know. I struggle at 2k to try and kill those things. So
it's a great.
that's a
it's
very
great
very
list.
strong list.
Well, it does one thing.
Yeah.
I'm here. Come get me.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see Double Demon Prince as opposed to perhaps something like a Bloodthirster or so
Yeah.
that'd be interesting to see how that plays. I've not seen that route before,
No, me either.
which is interesting. Nurglin's doing Nurglin things.
Who's he playing? I don't think I know Josh S. Do I? I don't think I've met
He
him.
is playing number 20.
Number 20, that is Alex
Alex.
S.
So
Custodies.
Sodek has gone for Custodies. I felt like the Admech were going to make an appearance, but it's good to see Alex's Custodies back on the table.
Don't know anything about this list. Could you walk us through it?
So it's the double guard list as opposed to Wardens, I believe, with some the shield captain on jet bike, very good at 1,000 points, just can move wherever the hell he wants, go score some points. Got the Venatari, the Praetors with the shield captain, which obviously they're not as good as they were in 9th
Those
edition.
are
They're the
Terminators.
jet bikes.
Oh, they're the jet bikes. I
Yeah,
see.
so he's got the jet bike squad with the captain, which pretty much will go into what they want, and with Lance, as long as it's not into fights first, we'll pick it up. Witch Seekers, good flamer output, good Overwatch, good Feel No Pains into Psychic, good point holders, and the 2 solid guard units. I think Wardens definitely hold the edge this edition over guard, but Alex has been able to put the movement with the bikes in and the prosecution with Venatari, so we'll score
Demons
some
into
points.
Custodians, and there's only one draw left.
There's only one draw left,
Which means
which means
it is going to be
It is
Number
number 6. Oh, Joshua Townley.
Which is Mr.
Wow.
Townley.
What are the chances?
Into
Number 1.
Hey, the machine works. Oh,
good game.
let's have a go on that, mate.
I think I said to you at the start, it was a guard list that I don't like the idea of dealing with. I don't have, so literally as perfect, the adverts kicked in as we've done the final draw. So let's just.
I was hoping to get away with never playing T-Sons again in my life, but here we are, ladies and gentlemen. So what Ben Lane has got, it's worth going through your list, Ben.
Yeah.
You've got the
So triple Infernal Master.
solid.
The challenge at 1k is Cabal points. They're the cheapest sorcerer, so
Are they actually?
they're 90 points
I consider them to be the
base
best
cost. I think the one with the Vortex is very good. The ones without Vortex, if you roll good shots, they're good. If you roll a double 1 on your Flamers, then you're not putting any damage out that turn, so it is very spiky.
I see.
But purely being able to take the Cabal points to have something, because at 1k you're generally going to have not many Cabal points, which the army does revolve around. If you can't do your movement shenanigans, if you can't blank your saves, you're a Space Marines.
And
So
we've got they're being babysat by 3 rubric squads.
yeah, so each sorcerer's got a rubric squad, really just to pick up their
And a
win
double
count.
vortex beast, you
And a
bastard!
double vortex beast. I was tempted to go
Oh.
3. At one point, I was going to run Magnus and 3 beasts just to make it funny, and then I realised that.
Surely that would be on.
No, it was not. It was
That'd be a
10
good list.
points shy. Magnus and 3 beasts was 990. But I thought that was a bit mean if I went to a new player. Now I know I'm playing Josh. I wish I had brought Magnus and 3 beasts.
Oh my God, that's
just
disgusting.
to get it out done with. But yeah, it's a list that if the beasts stay alive,
Yeah.
it gives me a solid point to stage, attack, shoot.
Yeah.
I've got the flamers, but there's the 5 up in Von Fight, feel no pain. But then I've had games where they've both died turn 1 and you failed to make the save. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a spiker one. If the beasts go down early, I'm in trouble because I've literally just got Space Marines left.
Yeah, but luckily you're going into guard. With
Yeah,
no
I've got a
damage on top.
Chaos Spawn unit as well.
So the tank commander, the Demolish Cannon, so he can give out
Yeah.
orders. Catachan can go fight as a scout. Bulgrin, which are completely useless in 2000 Suns. Yay!
Yeah, difficult to take down though.
Not
meat
for
shields.
No, because they get the -1 damage, but they only have a 6 up, feel no pain. So they rely on the inruns, which you cut straight through. Caskind for the dev wounds, but only into vehicles. So great for the 2d3. Science for scoring. Basilisk for indirect. Obviously the big hits at indirect, but I had 140 points left. Hellhound for turning off cover. Double Chimera with Flamers, just for nice scoring utility pieces. And we have a question from the chat.
Reese White, for those not playing their league game, are we still welcome to play 40k against others also not in the league game?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah. It's the league game. The idea is you've got everyone has a fixed game to play every 3 weeks, so that what we're trying to avoid is issues where people have none to play. You've got a fixed game, but you've now got the opportunity to use those other 2 weeks for anything you want.
Yeah.
For some people, they just play 40k every week, and that's perfectly fine. Some people like to experiment with other games, which is also fine. So yeah, arrange your games. Get your league game done within the next 3 Thursdays. That's the intention for this round 1 of the league, and have fun.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
really it.
More questions, Tim?
Just Steve saying good luck finding space.
Yeah, so actually on that note, I have set up this Hot Dive Studio now for streaming games, and I would like to stream at least 1 game per round.
Well, I think we're going to have to stream our game now, aren't we?
Well, I would say that, but I would like it to be painted armies. But we could, for sure, stream our game. So any volunteers in the chat, please reach out to me, let me know. Talk to your opponent, ask if you want to do it in the week. I'd like to do it this week if possible, but we could also do one as well, which would be fun.
Yeah, I think we can find time.
My army should arrive from China before the end of round 1. So that's all I'll say to that.
We have to play it Thursday, I'm afraid, Josh. I can't make the last 2 weeks, so I'll just take the win now.
Okay, I'm happy with that. That's fine. So it's someone else's turn to win the Bolter for sure. It's just sitting here and get the trophy cup. I really love the community we've built up around this. The spirit. I shouldn't have to remind everyone, but it's help your opponent. It's WTC rules, so there's no gotchas. So if you can, if you've got an ability and someone does something and they don't know you can do it, you are obliged to tell them. If you've got something in reserve and they've got to bring it in on turn 3, you are obliged to tell them that. So bear that in mind. Okay.
Yeah, we've got a lot of new players in the league this season.
Yeah.
I say new, that they have been putting the effort in and playing some new starter games and learning games. And if you are an experienced player playing one of the new guys, then we know you want to score your points, you want to win your game. That's fine, but it is also about helping to bring new people into the community, as Josh has said.
Skilling up the players together. Great, big swinging dick, you get a win, fantastic. But it's not good enough. It's playing by intention as well. If I'm moving something here and I'm saying my intention is I can't be seen, you go, oh, I can see it actually. Just move it like that or rotate it. No, I can't, because it's just not cricket. You want to be playing your opponent to the best, the way they want to be getting played. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we will try and I'll be doing this at club every week anyway. If any of you have any queries about the terrain rules we play or the WTC FAQs or how we're setting up games, just ask. There's always one of us there most weeks. Come and ask us, ask the experienced players, because we want to make sure it is a level playing field so everyone's playing the same rules. The intention this season is to play everything on WTC terrain.
Ideally.
Where possible, in previous leagues we've split ITC and WTC. We have invested in with the club again to buy. We bought another 4 sets. We have 9 club sets WTC. I think between us as a group we have another 5 or 6. So in theory we have enough sets between us as a community for every league game to be playing WTC. So if you are at the club and not playing a league game, please do give priority to WTC terrain sets to others. There's 8 or 9 possible other sets of the ITC terrain, the smaller stuff. You can still have a game in the cupboard, so just bear that in mind, please.
Good point.
And like Steve said, we certainly don't have a reserve system or a booking system. We'd like people to obviously think about the league as the impact it has on our community. So if someone's playing a league game, let's give them priority on the space downstairs for the 6 core games that we set up each week. So we can get these league games played. But
how should we do it? Actually, thinking about this, you could recommendations in the chat. Use the WhatsApp to organise your games week 1, 2, or 3, I guess, right?
Yes.
And we would like some visibility of that. Maybe we could think about that.
Everybody's in the WhatsApp group that's playing the league this season. What we did towards the end of last season, when we had 9 or 10 league games, is people were letting me know if they were playing the league game, and we were actually specifically assigning them a set of coloured terrain last season, which worked well. So I think we might need to look at something like that.
All right, fantastic. Another question?
Harry said, can we get a link in the WhatsApp for the terrain sets, please?
Yes, it's on the D-Side Defenders website. It's on the D-Side Defenders website. So in the news article, Escalation League, go down the map.
Is this to order, does Barry mean?
To buy.
Yeah, so I think we Josh obviously organised this again about 3 months ago. We have in the past, giving people the opportunity to pay for and order a set of terrain, and I think that's potentially something that.
Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of new members, so I'll do that. So what we do last time is essentially they cost X amount, so say £100. Normally a WTC terrain set is like 150 quid, but we found a great supplier who's 100, and actually if we do a bulk buy, we can get that down to about 80. Which for a full table of, and there's a lot of terrain on a WTC table. Yeah. It's good stuff if you look after it.
It's cheaper than printing it yourself. As somebody who spends money printing their own FDM set, and I think I spent about 110 quid on filament. It's actually cheaper just to buy the MDF.
There you go. So we'll probably do another call for that again soon. I know a lot of people have already got one, but okay, great question. I'll ask around.
Yeah, any other questions or thoughts people have, reach out in the WhatsApp group. Someone better jump in, ask, or let us know directly. Have fun. Let's see. Again, we'll evolve as the league goes on. Space is the only concern, but if you are interested in playing your game on a Wednesday, if we have enough games, I think it's about 5 games to break even, I think, from what Sean said. If you are looking to play your league game on a Wednesday and we have enough, we can make that space available on a Wednesday to play. So do let us know if you're looking at doing your league game on a Wednesday, please.
Cool. Also, you can always do it here, so let me know.
Yeah.
Alright. Another one.
Where are the lists being shared?
We'll do an article after this. And we'll do it on the WhatsApp as well. But it's good to have it all in one place. Okay, that's great.
Cool.
I think, anything, Adam?
No, I did want to comment on the interesting fact that all of the top players in the league from last year have actually changed their factions, whether that was a gentleman's agreement or not, except for Mr. Ben Lane.
I played Jukari last league.
You did play Jukari last league,
Oh, shots fired and missed.
Shocking.
And actually, other than the game against you, Adam, which you know very well, I won all of them 20-0. So and actually, if you look at the current meta win rates, Jukari are currently number 1.
They are solid.
They're a very, very strong army. At 1k, you've still got like 20 units. I don't believe they can be beaten at 1k. Someone wants to test me on that, please feel free.
I think you're right.
Just throw a load of monsters at them.
Yes, it was T-Suns on Knights this league. and I decided that I wanted to try T-Suns in a different, a no Magnus way of playing was my concept.
And there should be a new codex as well.
I have this weird feeling that on the 9th of September, on the 9th day of the 9th month, GW are going to. I'm probably just being a little bit optimistic. I feel like they're going to.
So anyway, I think we're going to have to wrap up. Sorry, I'm getting a note from my intern that we should stop now. So anyway, thanks for all joining in. We can't be a community without your involvement, and the questions are great, and it's good to have something. Sorry? Oh yeah, sorry. Obviously we're going to be doing a lot of battle reports, not just 40k. I'd like to have some Old World, some Age of Sigmar, some Bolt action. All club community people can come and we can do some recording. So like and subscribe and all that jazz if you want to be involved. Alright, so thank you very much. Alright, until next time.
Have fun.
Have fun.